Hi Libra, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of May, as usual, I have a special sales offer available that it's inspired in the current Taurus season we are on. If you'd like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box, or you can email me with your questions down below. You can also find the current list of reading services I offer, and if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Libra, I'll be channeling messages for the collective of your sign, and then we'll tie it together also with the cards that will be showing up. I feel like many of you here are evaluating your expenses. Money is on your mind, and I feel like either you want to budget something, or you're trying to understand if you can invest on something or not, if you can pay a debt or not. I see a lot of math and a lot of like accounting energy when it comes to money, investments, debts, and just overall management of your resources. You could be actually seeking an accountant to help you define like an important business plan. Money's on your mind, I keep getting, but I also feel like you're attracting a lot of good fortune when it comes to that. Maybe you already did, and you want to know how to apply this sum of money into something that can grow even more. Because I feel like many of you Libras want to take a good piece that you have, put it somewhere that can even, grow more of it. So it's like where you're going to invest to make sure that you're going to receive and earn even more from that original, piece or sum of money that you already gathered. Now, I just feel like May can have its moments where it's very sunny, very pleasant, very warm, where there's joy. There's a strong sense of compatibility between you and others that can also be very helpful to you. Like you feel like you're in sync, mind, body, and soul with your peers. And for some reason, this is also very healing to you and very helpful to then focus on other things. It's like when you're not in sync with people, this affects your money situations or affects your abilities to think straight in more practical matters. So the fact that there's pleasant feelings with loved ones is helpful to focus in the big things ahead. Some of you want to buy land. Are you thinking about it? Or just there might be a chance of you bumping into a very good deal opportunity when it comes to land. I feel many of you Libras wanting to build a home from scratch, or thinking about it, considering it. Now, others of you, you could be dealing also with grief from previous circumstances and losses. There's still something a little bit emotionally undealt with, that it's like on the back. It's not where you're focusing on May, but there's like a word of warning that there are unprocessed grief, things you lost emotionally, financially, that you're still going to have to check up on them later. It's like, I feel like May can be like this break where you get to have a month that is actually happy, decently happy, where there's harmony within your relationships, where there's money mindfulness. But there's a warning that, there's some sort of work, spiritual, psychological work that has not been dealt with, that probably will come back later still. So there's like just this warning, like we're gonna give you the month to breathe, to feel stronger, to gather your strengths, because it's needed and because you deserve it, but don't forget the other stuff. 10 of Pentacles. So definitely there's a lot of prosperity, happiness, support within the family, with friends, with loved ones. All are working together to collect the best moments possible and to help you on your journey of, again, attracting, building some sort of material thing, like building your own home or your own business that you want to leave for your legacy, for your future generation. There's something important about heritage here for many of you Libras that is placing you in a very like distinct position from where you have been. You can find like suddenly dramatically you focus much more on money than before, especially if you're not that, you know, focused on money usually. You can find that may just puts you on that focus a lot. And for those of you that will be experiencing this, it's because you're being called to do something, either to help your family or to help, you know, build something that is going to be important for the future generations that will be coming after you. I feel like for some of you Libras, you will be known by the wealth and accomplishments you will be bringing to your family and overall to your community. So there's Libras I'm tuning into that are meant for big things, but what has been keeping you from doing this besides this? I feel like many of you have a tendency to you know, put band-aids where there's a need for a serious intervention, a serious surgery, right? And you keep, many of you have, this is about years of this process. It's not something, you know, just about now. This is years where you have perhaps been placing yourself not only beneath what your true mission is and your true capabilities are, but also where you have been very avoidant and negligent when it comes to your own emotional well-being and also responsibilities. So how can you be your best self towards that person you love if you're harming yourself ongoingly? You know, there's something about you wanting the best out of people, but you're not being, you know, not giving that same treatment to yourself. So basically you're not treating the wounding. You keep bleeding and treating with temporary measures the bleed, and you're not in your full entirety and power also within your relationships. I feel like there might be something throughout the month where someone from your family in particular might indicate this to you or show you this, that they can see you're not that well, or they can see that there's something you're still hiding or running from. I feel like for some of you, it's like, accept the tea, accept the speech. You know, you might feel tempted to not listen, but I feel like someone is coming with a lot of honesty in terms of care for you, in terms of what they see that you need to heal and process. And look, this is all about freeing you from those things so you can be shining bright like ever, like never. you're meant to leave something big in this life, Libra, and some sort of initial realization starts now in May after this eclipse influences. I do feel like there's just this click that, yeah, I have to take care. I have to stop messing around. I have to stop, you know, harming myself, belittling my potential, because time is passing and I need to do this. The one of the effects of this eclipse is also not only being very money mindful, but very also mindful of time and how you're using it with wisdom or not. So a lot of interesting things, because I also see a big gift. Yeah, the month can bring you definitely a generous element to it, where you can either receive an actual gift that it's important, or again, this is symbolic of the sum of money I keep picking on. The month does have something very favorable in terms of luck. See the wheel and your past influence. Definitely the solar eclipse in Taurus we just had in the end of April is placing its huge importance in terms of the next months being all about this, all about the Ten of Pentacles, 2 tens. So big completions of cycles, the finishing line of a period in which you are entering. I do feel like there's something also about magnetism and how you can feel that you're just you're easily magnetizing things to you, especially things related again to the material world. So money, but also when you want that specific object, item, things you can buy, physically speaking, it comes to you very, very easily. It's one of the ways in which you can prove yourself that you're aligning with prosperity and abundance extremely. It's like, think about something you want to manifest, that it's an item, you know, like that bag, those expensive shoes, that phone, that computer, that anything physical, that, you know, item for your living room, for your office, whatever you want. But it has to be like physical or a sum of money. And watch the magic happens. I really feel like your luck is extremely related to the physical right now. Also, it's a great time to work on physical improvements. So if you want to make certain arrangements, also when it comes to your body, you can reach results in terms of your body, your figure that you're gonna like. Chariot, also a car, yeah. Maybe there's a chance for you to attract here a car, or tickets for a destination, so a trip, manifesting a trip. So again, Chariot on unconscious. You see how you have here this dual element with it that is in particular important in your reading, because May presents itself with its ambiguity, but the ambiguity is very subtle, because on the surface I feel like mostly it's going to be looking very good, very auspicious. But there's another side to the coin. There's another side to this that is still about all I just said that needs to be attended. Do you feel good? Truly, honestly, in the most emotional, transparent, sincere way. Do you feel good? Are you emotionally free? Or do you still resent things? Do you still need to process grief that has not been processed when it comes to a specific loss? It could have been within the family. Maybe there's a loved one that died, that passed away. A loved one that passed away suddenly. For some of you, even in a car accident or in an accident, or just in a way that felt kind of threw you off of balance, but you've ran from emotionally dealing with this. For others of you, it was a loss that you just didn't see coming when it comes to a specific situation you gave a lot of yourself to. You could be wanting to travel for sure, making plans too. This is about, again, future advancement. Two of Wands, making choices, making business decisions. Also making important decisions when it comes to the direction of your life. Which path you're going to go. Where are you going to place yourself ideally so that you have the best opportunities possible. Where is that place, you know? Or I feel like for some of you, it could also be like, how do I get myself to be known, to be seen, to be acknowledged under the right light? So you could also be making a lot of considerations when it comes to your ability to show up and make a difference, conquer and thrive, whatever you want to conquer and thrive. So there can be a little bit of a competition feeling here, or just you wanting to stand out in something and wondering what's the best approach for you to get that stand out and influence. But remember, you have the magnetism with you. Work with that magnetism influence, because it is from there that a lot of good things will be occurring for many of you. I also feel like, Tower. I'm sorry. So again, you're coming out of a difficult phase where unpredictable, shocking things happened, where you were threw off your balance again, where you had to endure a lot of things that you're now picking the pieces from and rebuilding. And May puts that very clearly, like, okay, this happened, but I'm rebuilding it. I'm getting clearer by the day where I want to go. I now know what I need to do to rebuild this, or to also, again, completely forget about this, because I feel like there's two scenarios. There's scenarios where you're rebuilding whatever this hit on the Tower was. Others of you, you're understanding that you need to leave this behind, which is a phase, a situation, or an event that was very upsetting to you, where you felt at a loss. But in order to truly put this behind, again, I keep getting like you can't just go to a different place or move on to the next relationship, or think that if you make more money, it's gonna put that to rest. The issue is deeper than that. In May, probably you're not going to want to address this, but I feel like it's important that you keep in mind that still into your future, there's decisions that you will be needing to make to ensure that the activation of this very thriving, victorious side of you is done in the proper way, and not in a way that can end up recreating down the future another Tower moment and event. So I hope you have a great month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.